There are some behaviors I see people exhibit, and the only logical excuse I can make for them is ignorance. And unfortunately, some of these behaviors are things that instantly destroy relationships, destroy trust, and in some extreme cases, even make people dislike or hate you. So because I don't want this to be your case, today I'm going to be sharing with you some unwritten social rules you should know and definitely follow. In no particular order, let's get right into it. Don't ever ask someone what they are doing with their time or their money, not especially when you're asking them for a favor. So for instance, you want someone to lend you money and they say they don't have enough money to lend you. Don't ever say, but you're single, what are you doing with your money? Or you want someone to do something for you and they say, oh, I'm so busy, I don't think I'll be able to do it. And the thing that comes out of your mouth is, but you're not working, what are you doing with your time? Even if you had that thought in your mind, resist the urge to voice it out. Because if the person was contemplating giving you the money or finding time to do whatever you're asking them to do, they won't even consider it at all, because now you're feeling entitled to their time or their money. Don't ask questions regarding topics you're not willing to discuss, because when you ask people certain personal questions, it kind of opens doors for them to ask you the same question. If you've made them disclose certain details about those areas of their lives, it only makes sense that you're willing to disclose yours as well when they eventually ask you. If they do and you're now giving them very vague replies, you're being manipulative, and people can definitely sense that. If you take a picture with someone, let them know you're about to post that picture on social media, especially when you know the person typically doesn't post their pictures. It just shows you're being thoughtful, because there are so many reasons why people might not want their photos on different social media platforms. They might not want people to know they were in that particular location. It could be because they don't like the way they look in those photos. If it's someone who usually posts themselves and you're sure they're happy with it, that's totally fine. But it's only respectful and thoughtful to ask them before you post them. I don't know how else I'm going to say this, but please stop adding people to group chats without prior information. It's just weird for people to just wake up to a group chat of 1,000 people they barely know. What people don't understand is when you add people to group chats, you're giving every other person their access to them. And in cases where they barely know those people, I think it's just inappropriate, insensitive, and really, really annoying. I can never forget the day I woke up one morning and found myself in a group chat of over 2,000 people, said to be a committee of friends trying to raise funds for a couple I don't even know. The other day, a female friend of mine was telling me about how she found herself on a group chat of federal government boys college. Please, 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 let's stop doing that. Another unspoken social rule you should definitely know and follow is that when you have an agreement with someone and for some reasons you're not able to meet it up, please let them know before they ask you. Don't wait for people to be chasing you around for something you agreed to. If you're owing someone money and it's getting to the deadline and you see that realistically you can't pay, please send them a message and explain your current situation. So a lot of times people are very understanding. The problem is now when people start to beg you for their own money. It's not right. I've said it time and time again that a lot of problems could be averted just by communicating effectively, and that's why next month I hope to dedicate that to communication, especially in relationships and even in workplaces and business. Let me know if it is something you're interested in by dropping communication in the comment section. When you receive a phone call and you don't know who it is, except you're a fraudster or you're into some illegal activities, please don't start that conversation with, who is this? Who are you? Who do you think you're talking to? Please, please, please don't do that for the sake of your present and future self. Very closely links to that, when someone who you've not spoken to in a long time calls you, especially when you two haven't called the person in a very long time, except it's a banter that both of you understand, please don't start that conversation with, so you finally remembered me, so you can finally call me, so I still exist in your memory. What exactly do you mean by that? Because you clearly didn't even remember the person. Who do you think you are that you should be living in someone's memory when clearly they're not living in yours? Please, let's stop this entitlement. If what I'm saying is making sense to you so far, please tap the like button and subscribe to this channel if you've not subscribed. Another social rule, which should be common sense but clearly is not common because a lot of people are still not doing it, is to always ask your host before you bring an extra guest. Usually, people make preparation for a certain number of people. It's only respectful and thoughtful that you ask them if you're going to bring an extra person. A lot of times, they don't say no. You don't even know if there are people they want to see. You don't know what their relationships with them are. You don't know if the kind of event or setting they have is something that can accommodate the kind of person you're bringing. Please just let them know. Now, this is a very important one because every time I see it, it's almost as if I want to run mad. Respect shared spaces, especially toilets and tables. I would never understand the logic behind going into a space you found clean, using it, leaving it dirty, and coming out without no thoughts whatsoever about the next person who will use that space. I don't know why. Even if you're a pig in your house, when you come out to a place where you know you're not the only person using it, please, I beg you by the mercies of God, keep it clean. Keep it clean. In the same line as this, please kindly turn on the volume of whatever thing you're listening to when you're in a shared space. Except the people there have told you they want to listen to what you're listening to, please plug your ears. You're constituting a nuisance. And it's even worse when you can see that people around you are maybe sleeping or reading. Like, what kind of person are you? In case nobody has told you. That is insensitive. Another social rule you should definitely keep in mind is not to order extravagantly when someone else is paying. Except they insist, please respect people's generosity. As a rule of thumb, when someone says order something for yourself, order something you can pay for. And if you're going out to eat with people and maybe the plan is for you all to split the bill, be considerate in what you're ordering. Make sure you're ordering what you would typically order when you're the one paying. It doesn't make sense, and it's clearly not unfair that you go out to eat and you order something worth, say, £500, and someone else who knows their pocket is ordering something worth maybe 70 or £100, and then eventually you have to split the bill, and it is your bill that is making them pay way higher than they would typically have paid if they went out alone. It's really not fair. Let me know if you've experienced any of these and which one do you absolutely hate. And if there are other unspoken social rules you think people should definitely follow, please leave them down in the comment section. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.